All right, we are going to take a look at shape relationships, and we'll need our sketchbook, we'll need a glue stick, a chunk of black paper. If you don't have a chunk of black paper left in your kit, you can use any colored paper. I just really like the look of the black against the white. It's really easy to see on a video as well, so let's go with that, and some scissors. I'm going to open my sketchbook up to page 52 and 53. What you'll see here is a positive and negative shape exercise of a chair. The instructions are here at the top of the page. You're going to look carefully at the image below, noticing the black chair is the positive and the white background is the negative. On the space over here, you're going to recreate the image by only adding in the negative shapes. Adding negative shapes will make positive shapes. It's the yin and yang relationship of positive and negative. Using this black construction paper, I'm going to cut different shapes and glue those on here to make the negative shapes. And then a white positive shape will appear. Sometimes people think, I'm going to need to have an X-Acto knife because I've got to try and get this shape right here. But actually, you don't need an X-Acto knife to cut that shape because you're just cutting a rectangle. All right, I'm going to do this little spot here. And some people will want to draw this out in advance. I just think close enough is close enough on this. So you can check and see how you're doing with your shape. That's pretty close. I'm happy with that. And I'm going to place it over here. Then I'm going to cut my next shape. That next rectangle is about the same width, but it's a little deeper. I'm going to go ahead and chunk that one in. Check it out over here. That looks pretty close. I'm happy with that. I'll go ahead and put that in place. I'm going to push pause here on the video just every now and then, have you check in with what I'm doing. But essentially what I am working on is I am thinking about these shapes and building them up bit by bit and piece by piece to get the finished shape product, which will end up being a white chair in the end. All right, so this would line up like so. This would line up like so. Have another one here. Too big. Well, better too big than too small because I can cut it down. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and push pause and come right back to you when I've got a little more done. All right, doing a little check-in right here. I've got tons of scraps of tiny shapes as I've trimmed and worked through them. I've got the back of the chair here. I've got the beginnings of where the seat is going to be. Only by making the negative shapes, I'm creating the positive. I wanted to shift this piece over a little bit more like that for its proportion. That one's about right there. And I need to continue to cut out shapes. Now, some of these shapes down here are really complex and hard to catch all in one chunk. So if you need to break apart a shape and do a section of it instead of trying to do the whole thing, then do that. It's really quite all right. Let's see. If I wanted to take on, for example, the shape at the bottom, I don't have to have it connect all the way from here. I can come in to the shape and try and catch what I'm seeing for angles. I'm a little off there for sure, but like I said before, it's better too big than too small. Catch this angle better. And the bottom of the chair needs to come out a little more. Let's see if that looks a little bit better. Okay, that's close. Closer. Really, it's okay for it to not to be just right. When you're getting the gist of it, then you're getting it just fine. So this shape down below here can come in and land right in here. May need to bring that up now that I have that in place and over just a little so that things line up. Then I can do this long skinny shape. I'm actually just gonna hit along this line. Understand how far I need to go. Just place a cut here and a cut right there. And then I'm going to come as straight line as I can. Up to that spot. That's pretty close. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a perfect match to get the idea of what's going on. Tells me that needs to move over some. And as I'm building these different shapes out, kind of knocking them around with my clumsy fingers, but I don't want to glue it until I'm really ready, okay? I don't want to actually glue it until I'm really ready to do the gluing, because I might discover that that shape has to get a little smaller or a little shorter because I can't make this any taller, but yet this is a little scrunched. I think I'm going to do that right now. Just doop, bring it down a little smidgen so that there's room for that railing. I'm going to go ahead and pause again and let you see the finished product in just a minute. All right, now I have gone ahead and completed all of these different shapes. I can use my glue stick and nail them down. I feel like pretty good about how this has come out. It's not perfect, but I get this sense of how to build a shape out of just the negatives. This is actually a really important exercise, not just a brain teaser, because it will help you understand composition that much more.